I'm here in downtown Columbia, and right here is actually another pothole just like the ones that crews were out fixing earlier today. On the Missouri CIT map, you can see the areas in blue are established CIT councils. I'm here live at Our Lady of Lourdes, where 1 out of every 6 students was absent from school today. And now school and health professionals are encouraging any and all preventative measures that they can. The investigation took documents from as far back as 1945. The Attorney General's office found 163 clergy members in Missouri with substantial evidence of sexual abuse or misconduct. I'm here live at the Columbia Regional Airport, and while outside sits pretty full in the parking lot, you can see this lobby inside is completely empty. You probably have started preparing yourself with hats, gloves, and coats today, but one auto technician explains what you should be doing to prepare your car for the season. Investigators found out 120 dogs died on Tiffany Whittington's property. The Benton County Sheriff says some of those dogs only had bones and a collar left behind. And just before that, authorities in Texas arrested her husband because of a warehouse of 300 malnourished dogs.
A breaking story out of Texas about Tiffany Whittington, Cameron, Texas, 300 dogs and warehouse. I felt like I was having a heart attack.
The news shocked Kara Nunez because Tiffany Whittington was supposed to be watching her recently adopted dog, Lieutenant Dan. Whittington told Nunez she'd transport the Yorkie to a veterinarian visit in Columbia.
He is such a happy guy.
But there was no appointment.
I can't imagine not giving him a chance.
Kara Nunez is one of the few holding what investigators call a survivor of the Whittingtons.
That's a haunting image.
In this court document, investigators say when they visited the Cole Camp property, Whittington told them she found a few dead dogs she had not yet disposed of. The deputy found the, quote, smell so strong I had to cover my nose. The investigator continued, inside almost every kennel, I observed the remains of deceased dogs and one cat, all in a stage of decay that suggests they had been dead for an extended period of time.
We are their voice. They can't speak. They can't ask for help. We're the ones that they depend on to help them out.
I think we all stand united to be the voice for the animals.
It's not just these dog lovers protesting. Benton County Sheriff Eric Knox is also frustrated.
Whether you have, a couple of deceased animals or you have 120, the law is still the same.
The highest sentence for this crime is a Class E felony.
And that's not much for our little furry friends.
Sheriff Knox saw the Whittington property firsthand.
The conditions that I saw were not livable for any type of animal. In my career, I've never seen anything this tragic.
Many rescuers are now asking themselves how they didn't notice signs.
In Missouri, she was not a rescue. Missouri requires that rescues have a Department of Agriculture license.
Someone did report Whittington back in March. The Department of Agriculture started investigating Whittington when someone reported she dropped off 2 emaciated boxers to an Idaho rescue. A Department of Agriculture investigator visited the site a week later. He informed Whittington that she was conducting unlicensed activity and she would need to apply for a license. Whittington told them she planned to move to Texas and would not be applying. She told investigators she would no longer do rescue work in Missouri. A month later in April, someone reported Whittington again for malnourished dogs. In May, the investigator emailed Whittington about her move to Texas. She said it was postponed, but she had not and would not take in any more animals until they reached Texas. The investigator showed at Whittington's property again in June. There was no answer. They made the Benton County Sheriff's Office aware of the allegations against Whittington. The Department of Agriculture contacted Whittington via email for a final time in July. Again, quote, Whittington assured me she had not and was not doing any rescue work. News broke of Whittington's property on September 12th. According to the report, the Department of Agriculture was not aware until almost a week later, when the Animal Care Program Manager was informed by attendees at a meeting where the manager was scheduled to speak. For Kara Nunez, she's glad Lieutenant Dan is all right, but she hopes these dozens of dogs get justice.
We see hoarding situations and cruelty to animals all the time. What we don't see is somebody that we trusted, somebody that we thought was part of the rescue community doing this.
Whittington told investigators all the dogs died within 3 days from a case of distemper. I reached out to Whittington and her attorney numerous times and didn't hear back. She requested a change of judge twice, and now has a preliminary hearing on November 8th. In the studio, Morgan Riddell, KOMU 8 News. I'm here live at Our Lady of Lourdes, where 1 out of every 6 students was absent from school today. And now school and health professionals are encouraging any and all preventative measures that they can.
Influenza in Missouri, the total case number of positive Missouri cases is 27,072 positive cases. Deaths for the state of Missouri is currently 16 deaths.
Chesney Schulte says the most effective ways to avoid the flu are to wash your hands, cover your cough, and stay home if you're sick. The age range of the flu this year has been hitting school-aged kids harder.
We're seeing most of the 0 to 25-year-old range of influenza cases.
The CDC says you should be washing your hands for 20 seconds, and that could be longer than you think it is.
Covering your cough or covering your sneeze and then washing your hands afterward. Washing your hands frequently with soap and water, and then also staying away from those who are sick.
This is one of the most effective ways to prevent the spread of germs. This year, Boone County has seen 861 cases, and Cole County has 929.
Some people get the flu and it's a mild illness. The next person could get the flu and it's a hospitalization.
These numbers are more than they are used to at this point in the season. Schulte is not sure if numbers will continue growing or if this year's peak has just come early. Schulte says a coronavirus panic here pales in comparison to the seasonal flu that we're seeing here now.